Hi, my name is Travis Southard. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm the creator of Three Story Home, and today I'm in Manhattan. I'm going to be working with a group called Move This World, and we're going to be talking about how they use creative movement to address conflict. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to have a lot of fun shooting this, and I hope you enjoy it too. So we're here in Central Park. We just finished a tour with a bunch of adults. I'm sitting here with Anya Warburg of Move This World. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So Move This World is a global nonprofit that uses creative expression to address and transform conflict, violence, and bullying in schools and communities worldwide. Our entire curriculum is really founded in, building community amongst educators, amongst students themselves, strengthening the school culture at individual schools, and then how we can connect schools in different neighborhoods, different cities, and across the world.
So we went on a tour of Central Park and we got a lot of really cool information about the Dakota Building, the Bow Bridge. We did a couple of cool exercises, including one involving ages of siblings. What were kind of some of the purposes of these different activities?
We were looking at the Bow Bridge, which is a really famous bridge in Central Park, and lots of movies have been filmed there. It's a really iconic image in Central Park. But instead of just looking at the bridge and learning about the bridge, we then did an activity to kind of metaphorically then bridge connections between the participants themselves. We had 25 to 30 people from all different countries, all different backgrounds. We divided up by if you were the youngest child, the oldest child, the middle child, or an only child, and then in those groups we were able to talk about what does it mean to be the youngest child, and what common experiences have we had as the youngest child. And I was in that group, and there were probably 10 people in that group. We were all able to we were easily able to find 3 or 4 things that we all experienced throughout our lives, even though we were from places all over the world. And then we created a movement to represent that. And when each group went around to share, it was so clear when the youngest children stomped their feet and then did some jazz hands to be the center of the attention, and then did a little haha, I get away with everything. There was laughter, and somebody even said oh, no explanation needed from the older child group. So it really is a way to build community and bridge connections amongst people from many different backgrounds.
What's your favorite story?
It was a 3rd grade class, and we were doing an activity called The Machine, where one person comes into the middle and starts doing a repetitive movement and sound or phrase, and then another person adds to that and adds to that and adds. It's kind of like a cacophony of sound. With this group, we were making an angry machine because we were talking about emotional identification and how to identify, manage, and express your emotions. And that gets kind of intense. They made this angry machine, and then we make a peaceful machine after that. There was one student who, throughout the whole session, had been a little unfocused. I mean, he was just having a hard time really just staying with the group. And, was when he was his turn to speak, he would keep the focus on him for a long time, but wouldn't really answer the question or wouldn't really articulate what I think he wanted to say. And there was just kind of an all over the place feel, a little bit of a lack of focus in his behavior and in his engagement. Afterwards, the facilitator was asking for the students to go around and reflect on the activity. And he was the first to raise his hand, and he was so calm, he was so zen. He had not stopped moving the whole hour, and he was sitting there, and he was so articulate. It was just the angry machine was kind of cool. And he said, I have a lot of anger issues, and I feel like I was able to express my anger in a way that didn't hurt anyone or get me in trouble. It was a really profound moment.
Isn't that kind of the goal of what Move This World
Exactly,
does?
exactly. And it's that was a really beautiful moment, but the cool thing is that I see moments like that happen all the time in our classroom.
That's so good. That's so good.
Most of my favorite moments in my life have to do with Move This World.
Thank you for sitting down and talking to me, and thank you for letting me come and work with you here in New York to get outside of Philly and to also get a new vista for one of these vlogs and to see your organization. And we'll see a piece in one of our Three Story Home episodes.